In our video number 15, we are going to discuss the bivariate frequency distribution. That means a frequency distribution in which we have that means two variables. Generally, we have a single variable, that is, let us say marks of students in mathematics or economics. Let's say marks in economics. So, roll number 1, these many marks, roll number 2, these many marks, roll number 3, these many marks. So, that's a single variable. That means we are talking about marks only in one subject, which is economics. Now, if we have two variables, economics plus another subject, then it becomes a bivariate frequency distribution. So, let's see what it is. When the data is classified on the basis of two variables, 2 means bi or bi means 2, such as height and weight, these are two variables for a frequency distribution. Marks in English and economics, so two variables, English and economics, etc. The distribution is known as a bivariate frequency distribution or two-way frequency distribution. Here the values of variables are grouped into various classes, and then if the data corresponding to one variable is grouped into m classes, and the data corresponding to the other variable, say y, is grouped into n classes, then bivariate frequency table will have m into n cells. So this is suppose m and there is n. So what do you do? M into n. So m is represented like this, n is represented like this. So m into n. So if there are 3 observations here and 3 observations here, so it becomes m into n equal to 3 into 3 equal to 9. So it will have 9 cells, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cells. So one represented as rows and the other one represented as columns. It will be clear when we look at one example. Here we have an example. The following data shows the marks of 15 students in English and economics. Construct a bivariate frequency distribution. So we have marks in English 28, 26, 27, 25, 28 and so on. Then marks in economics 22, 21, 21, 20, 22, etc. Now we will construct a bivariate frequency distribution. For that, we need to draw one table. We'll have marks in English as rows and marks in economics as the column. So now let us find which is the least mark in English. What are the marks in English? We found that 25 is the least mark. Then the next mark is 26, then 27, then 28. That's all. Then in economics we found the lowest mark is 19. Then we have 20, 21 and 22. That's all. So we will write the marks of economics like this: 19, 20, 21, 22. And marks in English as 25, 26, 27 and 28. Now generally we use a tally, isn't it, for marking the frequency distribution. Here also we will use tally. Let's find the combination of marks. The first combination is 28 marks in English and 22 marks in economics. Let's find 28 marks in English. English is plotted like this: 28 marks in English and 22 marks in economics. So 28 corresponding number is 22. So here we will put one tally. The next combination is, this is over. Next combination is 26 and 21. Let's find out 26 and here we have 21. So these are the corresponding values. So we will put one tally here. The third combination is 27 and 21. 27 and 21. Okay. Then 25 and 20. 25 and 20. Then 28 and 22. 28 and 22. Then 28 and 21. 28 and 21. Then 27 and 21. 27 and 21. Then we have 27, 20, 27, 20. Then 26 and 20, 26, 20. Then 27 and 19, 27, here only, 19. Then 27, 21, 27, 21. 26, 19, 26, 19. 25, 19, 25, 19. 26, 20, 26, 20. And 27, 21, 27, 21. Here. Let's write down the total tally in brackets. Here we have only 1, here 1, here 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 4, 1 and 2. Okay. So let's total the columns. 1 and 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 plus 4, 6. 1 plus 2, 3. Similarly, let's total the rows. 1, 2 and 3. 1 plus 2, 3 plus 1, 4. Here we have 5 plus 1, 6 and here 2. Let's add them up. 2 plus 4, 6, 12, 15. Here 7, 13, 15. So 15 is a total. That is what was the number of students in the class whose score was given. So 15 students in an English and economics. So this is the bivariate frequency distribution. Now we are going to deal with the forms of questions that are generally asked while presentation of data. Here we have a question. The marks obtained by 25 students in a class are as follows. Here are the marks: 22, 28, 30, 32, 35 and so on till 69. Now this is our raw data. One thing to note over here is, though it is raw, it is already arranged in the ascending order. 22, 28, 30, 32, 35, 37, 40, 41, 43, 44, 45, 45, 48, 49, 52, 53, 54, 56, 56, 58, 60, 62, 65, 68, 69. So we don't find any chaos over here. All the numbers are arranged in the ascending order. So that is one good thing about it. Now the first question that is being asked is find the range. So what is range? Range is the difference between the smallest and the largest observation. Now since they are arranged already in the ascending order, we know the largest value is 69 and the smallest value is 22. So range will be given by 69 minus 22, which happens to be 47. So that is our range. Now we have to form a frequency distribution. To form a frequency distribution, we need class intervals. How will we form class intervals? Let us see. The smallest value is 22. So we can start our class interval with 20. Then the largest value is 69. So we can stop with 70 in case we are using an exclusive series. Let us see. We are going to form a frequency distribution. Okay. But then next question is arrange in inclusive class interval. So let's do it. Since the first value was 22, we thought we will have a class interval from 20. Since it is an inclusive class interval, so we will write 20 to 29. Then our next class interval will be 30 to 39, 40 to 49, very good, and then 50 to 59. The largest value we had was 69, remember? So we will have 60 to 69. Since it's an inclusive class interval, we will include the upper class limit also. The values of the lower class as well as the upper class. So let's now have the frequency here. We will use the tally bars to do it. And so I will show you the table. Since they are arranged already in the increasing order, our frequency distribution also becomes easier. 22 28. So there are only two values between 20 and 29. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 values between 30 and 39. This has made our work very easy because it's already arranged in the increasing order. We had 3 values, 1, 2, 3, 4 values. Then between 40 and 49 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 values. 8 values will be represented. Remember, we had bundled them 5, 6, 7 and 8. Then 50 to 59 we have 6 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 values. Then 60 to 69 we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 values. So this is 2. Here we have 4, 8, 6 and 5. So the total is 10, 20, 25. Okay. Now we have to write this in the inclusive class interval. We already wrote in the inclusive class interval. So let's write down the exclusive class interval. If inclusive is 20 to 29, what should we do for exclusive? You must find the difference between the upper limit and of the previous class and the lower limit of the next class. These two. What is the difference? 1. 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5. So that 0.5 we have to subtract from this and add to this because we have to find a value midway between these two. So here you will get 19.5 to 29.5. Here it will be 29.5 because we have to subtract here and we have to add here to 39.5. This is 40 to 49. So this will become 39.5 to 49.5. And here it will be 49.5 to 59.5 and 59.5 to 69.5. This is the other one. I am putting all of them together so it becomes a revision. Then we have less than cumulative frequency. What is less than cumulative frequency? Here we must consider the upper limit of the class interval. So what is the upper limit? 29.5. So all values less than 29.5. All values less than 39.5. Since we have to consider the upper class limit. Less than 49.5, less than 59.5, less than 69.5. Now what is the frequency that is more than 29.5, less than 29.5? All values that are within this class interval. That means 2. So we write over here 2. Now less than 39.5. 39.5, all values which are in this class interval plus these. So 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 equal to 6. Here it will be the sum of all the values between these two and the others, the previous ones. So 8 plus 4 plus 2. So that will give us 14. In this case, it will be it will be 6 plus the rest of them. So this we already found to be 14. 14 plus 6, 20. And then the next is less than 69.5. So all values are less than 69.5. So 20 plus 5 gives us 25. Coming to the last one, more than cumulative frequency. So what is more than? We have to consider the lower limit. Which is the lower limit? 19.5. So more than 19.5, more than 29.5, more than 39.5. We are seeing here more than 49.5 and more than 59.5. How many observations are more than 19.5? More than 19.5 would be all of them. Since this is the lowest class limit, so all values will be more than 19.5. So which will be equal to 25. Now, how many values are more than 29.5? There are only two values which are less than 29.5. So more than 29.5 would be 25 minus 2, which will be equal to 23. Similarly, more than 39.5. More than 39.5 would be all these values. So you will have 8 plus 6 plus 5. So that becomes 14 plus 5, 19. Then more than 49.5. More than 49.5 means all these observations and these observations. So these are 6 and these are 5. So 6 plus 5 is 11. More than 59.5 is only one class interval and the frequency for which is 5. So here you have 5. So that's how you construct the frequency distribution. However, the question also demands two more things. What is the number of students scoring more than 50 and what is the number of students scoring less than 40? So more than 50 and less than 40. Let us now see how many of them score more than 50. More than 50 is in this class interval 6 plus 5. So there are 6 in the class interval 50 to 59 and there are 5 in the class interval 60 to 69. So plus 5 equal to 11 students score more than 50. The other question is how many of them score less than 40. We have 40 over here, or you can simply see less than 40 is here. So it is 6. Or you can find out from here. Less than 40. So that means this is 40 to 49. So less than 40 we will get in this interval. So 30 to 39 and 20 to 29 all are less than 40. So here the frequency is 2 and here the frequency is 4. So 2 plus 4 equal to 6. So 6 students have scored less than 40 and 11 students have scored more than 50. So those are the types of questions asked from this chapter.